What's up everybody, it's Slender. I'm going to show you guys my top 10 favorite ways to make gold in this game. Now if you've watched my previous channel, or my previous videos rather, you will see that I was sitting around like 200, 300,000 for a while. I was going to try to hit the cap, but I decided to do furnishing and jewel crafting, and that just sucked about almost 200,000 gold right out of my wallet like that. So I'm going to try to get up to the coin cap at 500k, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do to reach that point. I'm going to go over the top 10 different ways, like I said, and then give you guys a couple bonus tips at the end for, a couple smaller things, but it all really does add up, and you could do this pretty fast. So I'm going to put out a new video once I hit 500k, and you guys will see that this stuff actually works, and it works very, very quickly. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, the first thing I want to talk about, and this is the number one tip. This is the number one thing that's got most of my gold, and this is cooldowns. I made a video before, check it out, but I'm just going to do a quick rundown. If you make all 10, and I have Runic, Phoenix Weave, Runestone, and Asmodeum. If I do all my cooldowns and sell all of those, 10 of the Runic, 10 of the Phoenix Weave, at the prices they're at on my server, that's a total of 6,740. So if you stock up on the mats, if you farm the mats, or even buy the mats if they're cheap enough, you're still going to make a ton of money doing this every day. And that's the only thing. You have to do it every day. So if I don't have the mats, I usually just buy them, because in the end, you're going to be making a lot more money than the cost of the mats. The value is in the time gate, the fact that you can only make 10 per day. So this is absolutely the number one tip. Do your cooldowns, do them every day, and sell them. Now this next one I talked about a little bit in a previous video, and that's Pristine Gems, uncut raw Pristine Gems. These were going for anywhere from like 14 to 20 gold a piece before this patch came out, and now they're up to like 50 to 70, even 100 gold for some of them. So it doesn't matter which ones they are. If you get some Pristine Gems, don't sit on them. Sell them now while the market's still, in high demand for them, because you need them for the mutated tuning orbs. So if you see any cheap ones, buy them, but most definitely put in buy orders for around 15 to 20 gold, and you'll be able to make some money off of that in the next coming weeks. Now I want to talk a little bit about dyes and pigments. There is actually a high demand for dyes. Everybody's trying to dye their armor. Everybody's trying to look cool. Some of the best ones you can only get from the store, and they're super expensive, but there is a huge demand for dyes right now. And this is, I think, an untapped resource. I would go through all the dyes that you have and just check them on the marketplace. In the video, I'm going to show you guys some of the more expensive ones. And also the red pigments on my server are going for quite a bit too. So just the raw materials themselves to make the dyes, and the dyes themselves. A lot of the gray, red, and blue dyes are going for quite a bit. So this is a huge opportunity to make a lot of money. A lot of people don't think about it. So check your inventory, check all your storage, and start making those dyes and selling them, because it's a big, big money maker right now. Another great way to make money is by farming reputation. Right now, more than ever, it's going to be a huge money maker. For example, the Asmodeum chisels cost 250 gold, and they're selling for 900 right now on the marketplace. So either if you're sitting on a bunch of tokens and you don't know what to buy, get chisels, get mutated tuning orbs, get Lazarus Genesis orbs. You can still sell those spots for the regular orbs. And I just seen a level 7 mutator tuning orb. Somebody was trying to buy them for 27,000 just for a slot, just for one chance at running the tier or the mutated 7, Lazarus instrumentality. 27,000. So if you can get 5 people with one of those, and you actually have the time and the experience to get that high and get those higher mutated codexes, there's a huge profit to be made. It is absolutely crazy right now what people are willing to pay to get into some of these mutated dungeons. So farm that rep. I'll be putting out a video here really soon about how to get the most tokens for your time and the most efficient way to farm that rep. So stay tuned. Now, if you have some time to kill, or you're low on Azoth, you could really kill 2 birds with 1 stone by doing portal runs. Corrupted lodestone, corrupted crystals, shards, fragments, slivers, they are all tradable now. And the crystals, you can get lucky and get 1 crystal from a level 25 portal, one of the big ones. And in 3 or 4 minutes time that it takes to do that, you can have 400 or 500 gold. in minutes. That doesn't happen every time, but this is definitely a lucrative thing that you can do and an easy way to make money. Just farm those portals. I just do the low level ones, and what you want to do is you want to hit all the big major breaches and then just get the small ones on the way over. Where you're luckier, I know there's some debate about this, but it does work. If you have luckier, you get almost a guaranteed crystal sliver shard from the minors, and you always get them from the majors. So put the luckier on, go for those bigger portals, and you'll be making some money guaranteed. Now, since recording this video, this next one has made me about 3,000 gold just by listing stuff that I've been sitting on for a while. And that is craft mods, ladies and gentlemen. Craft mods are the hidden, like, lottery tickets. You could be sitting on so many good craft mods and not even know it, and you could have tons of them. So go through your list, check the prices of every single craft mod, including the weapons, and see what they're worth. Again, my gold just keeps popping up every few minutes saying, hey, you know, there's 300 gold, 200 gold, maybe only 50, but it's given me almost 3,000 gold so far just from making this video and listing the ones that I did. There's a bunch of hidden gems that you may not even know about, and they're worth some big bucks. So check your craft mods, every single one, and start listing them. Now, the final tip that I have for making money, and this applies to a lot of different things on the marketplace, is buying cheap stuff, converting it, and selling it if it makes sense. So for example, I'm going to use moats. I'm going to use soul moats specifically. So if you look at the moats and you find out that the soul moats are 89 cents a piece, you multiply that by 60 and you get 53. That means that a soul quintessence should be 53 gold or less. So what you want to do is you want to check the price of the soul quintessence and see if it's more than that. Now, you do have to take into account the taxes for making the stuff in the arcane station, the taxes and the cost for listing the item. But usually if there's a big enough price difference between the moats and the quintessence, you could still make a lot of money. Just buy up all those moats, turn them all into quintessence, and watch your gold just start stacking up. And you could do this and apply the same concept to many different things on the marketplace. So again, check the price of the moats. If those moats are super cheap, check the price of the quintessence. And those moats, per moat, if you multiply it by 60, because that's how many it takes to make one quintessence, and the price is way cheaper than the cost of the quintessence that are being sold at that moment, you've got a big money maker. So this next one is pretty significant, and it's something that one of my company members told me. Powerful ancient coatings are being bought up like crazy because of the mutated Lazarus instrumentality. If you could crank out a bunch of these, they're going from anywhere from 15 to 20 gold a piece, and they cost about 3 gold to craft one. And you're making like a 17 to 15 gold profit off of every single one. I cranked out 500 of these, and it's making me big money. The most important part, and the only way I was able to do this, is with the animal eyes. They were going for a little bit over 1 gold on my server, and everything else you need to make them is super cheap. I'm talking 30 cents, 40 cents, 67 cents. The oil's cheap, and you can literally make one of them for about 3 to 4 gold and sell it for 20, and you can make mass quantities of these. And one more tip, I would probably start looking at also making the corrupted coatings and the angry earth coatings, because the next dungeons in the rotation for the mutated expeditions are going to be Genesis and Dynasty. Dynasty's corrupted, Genesis is earth or angry earth. So you definitely want to be saving up, stocking up, and thinking about making these other powerful coatings as well. Now, I've talked about expeditions before, but I'm going to say it again. Expeditions are a great source of money, Lazarus and Genesis, and especially the mutated ones. You can make big bucks in these just from killing the mobs, killing the bosses, timeless shards, gear that you can sell, all kinds of stuff. And the one thing that you got to make sure you do is you have to go to the faction vendor in the corresponding city where the dungeon is. Talk to the faction vendor, get the Lazarus quest, get the Genesis quest, and if you don't see them, or if you only have 1 or 2, the ones that are not the Genesis and Lazarus quests, you want to accept those, cancel them, and wait the 4.5 minutes for them to refresh so you can possibly get 1 or 2 more. But these are definitely a great way to make money. I can't say it enough. These expeditions are huge for making gold. Another huge way to make instant profit, it is just time consuming, but once you hit it, it is well worth it, is trophy runs in Reekwater, in Morningdale, wherever you want to go. And it's not just the trophy materials that you're looking for. If you get a marble chest, if you get schematics, I mean, rugs, plants, pictures, lots of different furniture pieces actually go for a lot more than you realize. So it's not just in the trophy mats, but the trophy mats, when you get those, it's like hitting the jackpot. I would say this accounts for maybe 10-15% of my total, gold generation. But if you want to be making a bunch of gold, you're going to have to be incorporating all these different things, and trophy runs are definitely on the list. You've got to do them. I know they suck, but they do work. Whether you have luck or not, that's a huge debate for another video, but trophy runs are absolutely huge. Don't get rid of the furniture things that you get. Don't get rid of the schematics. Check them on the marketplace first, and then, sell them and make some money. So this next one is going to be the first bonus tip for getting gold, and that's armor, weapons, and jewelry. So when you're doing all these expeditions, when you're doing these trophy runs and elite chest runs, solo runs, whatever, you're going to be getting a bunch of armor, and you might be sitting on a bunch that could potentially be good money makers. And those are things that correspond with the mutated dungeons. Now, right now, we're doing Ancient because of Lazarus, and the next two are going to be Genesis, which is Angry Earth, and Dynasty, which is Corrupted. So people are looking for armor that has the ward, Corrupted ward, Ancient ward, Angry Earth ward, that gives you reduced damage against these types of enemies. So those are being bought a lot right now. Same thing with the weapons. Any weapons with Corrupted Bane, Ancient Bane, Angry Earth Bane, which makes you deal more damage to these set enemies, those are selling as well. And any jewelry that has good perks on it, refreshing, cooldown reduction, crit, keen, vicious, all that stuff, those are going to be good sellers too. So don't just sit on them. Don't salvage them. Check all your amulets, check all your rings, check all your jewelry for, things that have good stats and the corresponding perks that just make sense and the perks that people are looking for. And the final thing I want to share with you guys, and you probably already know this, but I'm going to say it anyway, is elite chest runs. Whether you're going solo, and I have videos on how to do that for all the different areas, or you want to go with a group or a big Zerg, you're going to get so many reagents, and these reagents are going like crazy right now. They always have, and they're probably always going to be. Obsidian Sandpaper, Obsidian Flux, Pure Solvent, they're all good money makers right now, and you could be sitting on a ton, and you can also go grab a ton by just doing these elite runs. So get in there, do these runs, and make that money. So that's going to wrap it up for the gold making guide, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it was helpful. If I missed anything, which I'm sure I did, if you guys have any good tips or ideas of your own on how to get that wealth, then I would appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody else would appreciate it if you left a comment and let us know your ideas and thoughts as well. Now, this is all the stuff I'm going to be doing to get to that gold cap of 500K. And if you guys give me enough good ideas and comments, I might just put out another updated video, maybe do a couple shout outs if you guys have some really good stuff, and I'm sure you do. So stay tuned, leave those comments, let me know what I missed, let us hear your ideas, and let's make some money. Take it easy, everybody.